Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Lemongrass Live. I'm Dijesh Pacha, Data and Analytics Lead for EMEA at Lemongrass. We are here to discuss about some new capabilities that SAP is bringing on, and this is about the Business Data Cloud and the new Connect capabilities. As we know, in the latest keynotes, SAP has informed about the releases for BigQuery, Snowflake, and we know Databricks is already there. Today, we are going to talk about what really happens when large enterprises like you try to make this work in real world. What are the surprises that are waiting for you, the blockers, and the playbook that we use within Lemongrass to remove months of delay and avoid the usual chaos? So here we are, and I have my colleague Mubin here with me. Mubin, over to you.
Hello everyone, I am Mohammad Mubin, Principal Data and Analytics Architect. I'm usually brought in when quick fixes stop working and the businesses need solutions that holds up under real world pressure.
Okay, so thanks for the introduction, Mubin. So feel free to drop your questions in the chat anytime. So let's get started. Yeah, so the first thing, why companies are finally moving and why BDC? Yeah, that's a very big question that comes onto the table. So Mubin, what do you think about it? Why is this really getting important now?
One of the main reason would be like BW 7.5 supports ends into 2027 and based on that licensing pressure is growing on and even the custom objects makes the rise clean core cut journey harder and the old BW and HANA stack doesn't support modern AI needs anymore. So that's where I think everyone is looking for moving towards the new cloud platform.
Yeah, that's a very interesting thing that you have highlighted, Mubin. Yeah, so if you look at it, with the licenses coming towards the end, and then customers are really forced to move forward into new architecture and new applications. That is where I see the big value that BDC brings onto the table. So what you get with BDC is a pre-built governed data products. Yeah. So for example, you have out-of-the-box data products for sales orders, material master, for like different intelligent applications that are also coming in. And these are all completely aligned with your SAP semantics. So with just click of a button, yeah, you have your pipelines up and running. There is no duplication. You don't have to do any rebuilds. And this is also, if you look at it, it's the fastest and the lowest risk way of getting the benefits out of the data that is sitting in your SAP system into the modern analytics world.
Yeah, sorry about it. We had clients go from zero to useful SAP data in the lakehouse in under 4 weeks. That used to take almost a year. So that's where the BTC is supporting the customers to accelerate their modernization or migration their landscapes.
Yeah. And this modernization or the transition has not been an easy journey if you look at it. You know, in a data warehousing ecosystem, any transformation comes at a big risk. And how do you avoid those risks are what makes your program a success. So some key things that always comes into mind is what should I prepare myself before I get into the journey of modernization? Yeah, there are a few things that you always need to take into consideration. Yeah, so we will talk about that in a bit. Yeah, and also, yeah, before we go into the details of it, yeah, what we need to also know is what's coming up from SAP. Yeah, so what's currently live and what is it that they're going to release in the upcoming months and quarters. So this is where everyone wants to hear how SAP lands the highly sensitive data of SAP environment or ecosystem with other third-party solutions like Databricks, BigQuery, or Snowflake. So, Mubin, what do you have to say about this BDC Connect? Yeah, how does it really look like in the real world since you have been experimenting with it a lot?
Yeah, as you might have heard, like BDC Connect for Databricks is already live now, available. So using that, we can move the data using zero copy in real time, as well as bi-directional from Databricks as well as to the BDC. So we already have some clients sending AI forecast from Databricks back into the S4 planning systems. So that's the production. So it's not a demo. So in that way, uh, so for example, BW data they are sending to the AI Databricks for MI AI ML features, and then once they do that AI ML features on the BW data, then they are creating the data products and sending back to the BDC so that they can create a model on top of it, and then they can do the forecasting and planning in the SAP landscape. So earlier that was not feasible because of limited AI features available in BW.
Yeah, I think the biggest benefit that I see with this BDC Connect Mobile is about the reduction in the data footprint. Yeah. So earlier,
Yeah,
what people used to do is we used to replicate the same data into different ecosystems. Yeah, let it be the Snowflake ecosystem or Databricks or Microsoft Fabric. But
yeah,
then you start rebuilding the whole intelligence over there. So you are having the same insights, but you're recreating it. So the challenge with that is the information loss is quite high over there. Yeah. So with this BDC Connect, what I think will really help the business and everyone is having the single source of truth. Yeah, that's very
not
important. Yeah, and
not
once you
only
have,
single
Mhm.
source of truth. I think they can utilize the semantic SAP semantics data so that they can easily understand business as well as the technical person can easily understand, and then they can focus morely on the real use cases. So if in the
Agree.
current system, like when we are extracting and replicating the data into the third party system like Databricks or Snowflake or Fabric, then we have to manually add the semantics to the SAP data. But using this BDC Connect, we don't have to focus on that semantics, but just we have to focus on like actual use case so that we can get the real benefit out of it.
So I think the business will not have to learn what a VBAP, VBRK, or
Yeah,
CPU, DT. So all these technical terms, yeah, when it comes to the semantics of SAP. So business doesn't have to learn that anymore. They can
yeah,
just directly look at the use case and start behaving on that or acting with the data that comes along with it. No, I think that's a very big boost to our business community because you start talking the business language. Yeah, and that is exactly what BDC Connect is also going to provide onto the table. You're bringing
yeah,
both the worlds together and giving the insights from both the worlds. Yeah, it's not only one way, it's bi-directional. So you
yeah,
can get insights. For example, in one of the customers, they wanted to get the IoT data, yeah, and combine it with the data that is coming from the inventory or plant maintenance system. So how do you do that in a real-time world? Yeah, you take the data out, you replicate it into a new database, and then you start building your logic from there. But then you're already being left behind because IoT data is real-time. It's streaming data set. So this is where the BDC Connect comes and plays a very big role. You bring your the inventory or your plant maintenance data, and then you bring the data from your IoT via BDC Connect, and then you have a real-time report on top of it using SAP Analytics Cloud or any other reporting tool for that matter. So this is
yeah.
what the real power of BDC Connect comes in. Yeah, you have to really realize a power like that. Now,
One
it's
more
all
point,
good.
like I would like to add, like Databricks Connect is live now, and BigQuery and Snowflake Connect will arrive in the first half of 2026. Along with that, Fabric Connect will land in Q3 2026. And apart from that, SAP Snowflake, an extension of Snowflake that will be part of SAP BDC only, that will lands in Q1 2026. So using that same zero copy, we can do the same delta sharing technology the way we are currently doing with the SAP Databricks or native Databricks.
So what happens to the compute, Mubin? Yeah, the compute when you connect BDC Connect, yeah, when you bring in. So is the compute of Databricks coming into play, or what exactly really happens at the technical level during this integration?
I think just the compute will be at Databricks side. We don't have to focus on the storage side because as we are not copying the data directly into the Databricks, just the compute will be there, and then I think that we have to customers will have to think about the compute only.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing. Yeah. So if they already have an instance of Databricks, then they are utilizing their own ecosystem or environment. They don't have to procure anything additionally unless or until you're doing real enterprise grade data sharing. Yeah. So I think that's a good thing. Now, everything looks fine. Yeah. So now the biggest thing that comes in, or the biggest challenge is, what can go wrong? Yeah, that's a very big question in front of every single one. Everyone thinks that, hey, with a click of a button, I'm ready to go. But is it really the situation when you start going with BDC Connect for Databricks? What are the preparation that you need to do? Yeah, since we had few experience with some of the customers, so yeah, Mubin, you wanna walk us through on what are the biggest challenges, and where can we come and help over there?
Yeah, as we work with the different customers, we observed there are like mainly 5 to 6 problems came up again and again. Like the main issue would be like firewall teams taking weeks to open the ports. In that way, we are like struggling to connect to the BTC to the SAP system or non-SAP system, and dev test and prod environment on different versions. So in that way, we are facing multiple issues. So because of that, we have to apply multiple different SAP nodes as a prerequisite, and then there are no clear ownership for Databricks, and on top of it, missing Unity catalog permissions, and there is no clear data strategy. So data silos stay exactly where they are. So one of the customer global manufacturer lost almost 6 to 7 weeks because three teams thought they own the Databricks account, but the access link expired twice. So because of that, the project got delayed, and then we have to somehow manage, and then we brought in uh, multiple experts from different teams, and then they collaborated and then fixed it. So in that way, we brought the project into the uh, time into again on the track.
Mhm. So if I understand that, Mubin, yeah. So before even we start thinking about delivering something on BDC, there is a lot of preparation that needs to go in. Some prerequisites are there. If these prerequisites are not fulfilled on day one, you will run into delay throughout your journey. Yeah. So for
Yeah, that's true.
example, yeah, the firewall change, yeah, which we all think, yeah, you're going on cloud, everything works fine, but no, you have a lot of things to work on the firewall side. Yeah, because you are going to touch the public IP address when you go out of the ecosystem. So there are a lot of things that you need to take into consideration. And also, when you set up BDC or even DataSphere within BDC, there is a lot of foundation work that needs to be done. Without these foundation work, you really cannot deliver something at an enterprise level. So how do you set up your spaces? Yeah, do you want to land your custom data products? Yeah, and then what is the strategy for your custom data products? Or do you want to use data sphere for replicating data from your S4 HANA systems or from any other systems for that matter? How do you bring the data in? Do you have a one-to-one ingestion strategy? Do you have every source system connected to one single space? Or how do you play around with it? So these are something that really needs to be discussed, thought about, designed, and only then you should embark on this journey for your modernization. Because if you don't do it at the beginning, you will encounter challenges in the journey coming forward, because these things are your fundamentals, yeah, the foundation stone for your modernization journey. Yeah, so we have to be very clear on how you set up your authorization profiles over there. Databricks, you need to ensure you have a Unity catalog set up, which is perfectly working fine. Same way on the BDC side, you have to do it. Some people also what they do is they bring their BW for HANA into the formation of BDC. Then you have a completely different ecosystem coming in. Yeah, how do you handle that kind of an architecture? And this is where the specialization comes in with various enterprise organizations where we have looked at how do we design the solution for them. This is exactly where we could add some value. Now, there are some questions also coming in the chat if I look at it. Yeah, so that's really good. Maybe we should pick up one quick thing, Mubin. So so it says, when should I start preparing for Snowflake or BigQuery Connect? That's a good question.
Yeah, I would say we have to start now. First of all, we have to fix the strategy, data strategy, ownership, and then the data governance, so that we are ready with the prerequisite, and then we are ready with the what we have to do. And when the connection lands, then the technical part will be the easy part, because once we are ready with the prerequisite and we are ready with what we have to do and what data we have to share with the Snowflake, then once the connection land in Q1 2026 or H1 2026, then we can technical part we can easily handle.
Mhm. Okay, yeah. So the next question is, does BDC replace my existing lakehouse? A very interesting one. No, I would say no, it doesn't. That's not the intention of BDC. So BDC is becoming like the governed layer for your SAP semantics. Yeah, so you can have your lakehouse do all the heavy liftings and bring them together, yeah, with your SAP and your lakehouse artifacts together using BDC. So it makes the SAP portion a bit more trustworthy, reusable, and immediately available for any lakehouse to consume. So yeah, if you are concerned if BDC is gonna take over my lakehouse or gonna kill my BW for HANA systems, I wouldn't say it's positioned like that. Not at all. The whole architecture is designed in such a way that it will empower you to reach the SAP data more easily, having the business semantics behind it. Yeah. So, Mubin, would you want to take the next one? It says,
Yeah, the
how
next
to
question
start.
is like, how does
Mhm.
lemongrass help? So we run a short hybrid readiness sprint. We map your environments and we confirm the ownership, and then we set a standard workshop model, and in that we prepare the systems and we automate the setup, and then we add monitoring from day one. So in that way we prepare the client and the landscape, so that everything will be ready and prerequisites are met, and there are no uh, uh, delays when the actual work starts. So clients go live 20 to 30% faster when we did this kind of activity, so with the fewer issues. So that's what it's like a small sprint readiness check. In that we take care of from start to end what all we have to do and what is required before the actual work starts.
Mhm. Yeah. So Mubin, tell me one thing. Yeah, let's take a scenario where a customer or a partner has a very big install base of BW system. Yeah, and before they move into BDC or the new hybrid ecosystem, yeah, there is some cleanup that they will have to do, right? So
Yeah.
you don't want to take all the years of historical build that you have already done into your new ecosystem, because then you are really not progressing to at the speed that you want to. Yeah. So how can that be mitigated? How can we help in making that better for them, like with some sort of an accelerator that would help in understanding the artifacts that are already there and clean up the things that are not relevant? Yeah, because you don't want to take your unwanted things in the new journey.
Yeah, at Lemongrass, we have one accelerator we are calling as BW Assessment Accelerator, using which we like there are some programs will be there so that we have to deploy at the customer system so that we can capture the metadata of their entire landscape, and then based on that metadata we will do analysis, and then based on that analysis we come up with the like technical depth analysis, usage of the object based on the year, as well as how frequently they are being used, and then even the transformation logic is being captured in that accelerator. And then we can do this analysis like whether the transformation is having start routine, end routine, or export routine, and if they are having some lookups, or if they are having if the transformation is being like field routines are there, or uh, multiple analysis we can do. Using that, customers can easily get the 360 overview of their entire BW system so that they can decide whether to clean up the objects that are not being used for a long time, as well as they can get the overview of the objects that they have to migrate to the they can take to the next step like BDC. So they don't have to take the entire systems. Based on that assessment accelerator result, they can decide what all objects they can move and what all they can clean up. So that's the way we can help the customers, and we are helping multiple customers, and then they have decided to move like some of the like in one of the customer we found like almost 50% to 60% objects were not being utilized for almost more than 2 years. So they have decided to clean up those objects, and then they are taking only the required objects from the current landscape to the BDC.
So, which means we are recommending to do a complete cleanup before you even embark on this journey. Yeah, it's not only for BDC, but also for any data warehousing solutions or enterprise grade suite. You need to make sure that your system is neat and clean, and then take it forward. Yeah, so that's a good insights, Mubin, I would say. Yeah, so maybe we should just look at a quick recap of what we discussed in the past 20, 25 minutes. Yeah, so BDC as a whole is something interesting. Yeah, still to be proven to a larger extent for enterprise customers, but I bet my horses on that for sure, because I see things are coming. I have myself explored it to some extent, and I've seen the power when it comes to data breaks and the way how BDC is connecting and getting the data out with delta share capabilities. So that's really looking good. Yeah. So now the biggest thing that we have to see is how are we going to remove the roadblocks? Yeah, the roadblocks that we have highlighted. People who have already experienced it, they know the pain that they have gone through it, and I'm happy to say that we were also part of that journey. So we have experienced it ourselves. So which means we can also help our other customers to make their journey a bit more easier. Yeah, so that they don't have to go through these painful process of waiting weeks to figure out what they need to do. Yeah, how you do
Yeah,
it, it's the part. Yeah.
yeah. I would say no need to learn those lessons the hard way. We have already gone through those lessons, and then we have learned them, already solved them, and then we can help them so that they don't have to uh, like spend time learning those issues again and again, and we can solve them in a quicker way so that they can start their actual modernization in a quicker and easier way.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's true. That's true. And so I would say, yeah, if you're moving to RISE or building a real hybrid analytical world, I think it might be worth to just have a casual conversation with us to see if yeah, the ideas and the ideologies match, and then how we could look at your system and help you better realizing your strategies. Yeah.
Yeah, we are offering a BDC and hybrid readiness assessment. In that, we will map your current state and give you a clear prioritized roadmap. Apart from that, we are like as mentioned earlier, we will help them in cleaning up that BW environment or any other data landscape by doing the entire assessment of their current system, and then they can start the journey. So link is in the chat and the follow-up and in the follow-up email.
Yeah. So I would like to thank everyone who joined the session. So the recording will be shared, and thanks to you, Mubin, to also bring your expertise on the table, the challenges that you faced. I think that is going to help a lot of people. Yeah. So
Yeah,
let's turn SAP's announcements into everyone's competitive advantage. Yeah. So until
yeah.
we talk next time, thanks everyone, and wish you all a very good day. Bye bye.
Thank you, Tejesh. Thank you, everyone.